which you made it tough for them. Then Russ goes off for 10 in that OT period. What would you change about your defense in those final moments?
We wouldn't have fouled him at the end. I mean, he banked in a three and hit another one. He's not a very good three-point shooter. Banked one in, made another one, so made two of them there. If I could change anything, we wouldn't have fouled him.
So you did feel like it was a foul?
It was a foul, yes.
Yes. And Jackson Hayes, we saw him not come back during the second half because of back spasms. Any update on his status?
No, I have no idea.
Coach, Gafford had a really big hand in this game for them. They're one of the rare teams of the Wizards where they can rotate three centers out, and Gafford did a really good job on the inside and made things tough for your points in the paint.
Yeah, Gafford was the MVP of the game. I don't think there's any doubt about that. And we should have done more to try to make it hard on him to come and block, and we should have made better decisions on the drive. So, partially me, partially Z, but we didn't do a good job with him, and he dominated the game.
Stan, Christian Clark here. What were your thoughts on the shots you got down the stretch and the offensive execution late in that game?
Some were good, some weren't as good, I mean, I would say the same thing of the shots they got. Some were good, some weren't as good. We had a great shot for Lonzo at the end of regulation. I thought we executed well and got a pretty good look at a three for BI. Steven set a screen. We threw the ball over the top. We screwed up one play, but still ended up scoring out of it. I mean, it came down to we turned the ball over and we fouled at the end. That ended up being the difference. So, tie game, we throw it away, and then we go down and foul. And then I use our last time out on a stupid challenge.
Yeah, and I guess when Z has a play like that at the end of the game, do you make a point of saying something to him, or is it kind of let him kind of go through the emotions of that?
Well, it's both, right? I talked to him after the game, but listen, I mean, this guy's going to be in the league a long time, and to think you're just going to dominate every game and not have tough finishes and tough games and tough outings is not realistic. And he's normally able to dominate games physically. He's a smart guy. And he needed to make an adjustment tonight, and he didn't do that. And I think he realizes that. And I think, where he wants to get to and where he will get to, because he's a very smart guy, is he can beat you physically and he can beat you with his mind. And the second part he didn't really do tonight. He got caught up in a challenge, right, with Gafford. It was just going to be a challenge. And he's smarter than that. And as I said, we should have helped him more. I mean, there's more we could have done to make it harder on Gafford to get to the rim every time. I didn't do a good job with that. So, that and the timeout at the end, I'm taking my part of this too.
Yeah, and BI had a big first half, made a couple big shots at OT, but didn't make quite as a big impact in the second half. What do you think? Do you think it was the defense, or do you think it just a matter of shots just not falling like they were?
Well, listen, I thought he played really, really well. I think when you came down the stretch in that game, we just had trouble making shots, and I think as happens sometimes, he took the responsibility. I mean, everybody else was having a tough night, and I think he took on the responsibility, and I think, he did take some tough shots because we didn't have a lot else going. I mean, we just didn't. And maybe he took too much on, I don't know, but I understand what he was doing, and it was tough. And he had a couple where he probably could have gotten foul calls, but he didn't. He got the guy up on a shot fake, no call. Well, they called it, but said he was on the ground. I mean, he had some tough ones. He had a tough one, yeah. But I thought he played really, really well.
Besides, when you talked to me going at Gafford, what would you have liked to see him do differently?
No, I don't want to talk about that, but he and I talked about it.
Okay. The last thing I got for you, down the stretch, played Eric and Lonzo. Najee was on the bench. What went into that decision?
Well, I mean, I'd go back with my guy, and he had 5 more minutes to play. And Najee had been on the court a long time. He'd been out there since the 7-minute mark of the third quarter. So he had been out there for, 12 straight minutes. And just trying to get fresh people in there. I didn't think Zoe hurt us at all. He played good defense. Maybe should have had Najee back in there. I thought Bled was defending Westbrook pretty well and doing a good job helping. But I mean, it's certainly worth, a question and possibly a criticism from you guys.
All right, thank you, Coach. Appreciate your time.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's up, Najee?
What's up with you?
I mean, second straight game for you where you were able to make a big impact on both ends. Just where are you right now, just confidence-wise, and where you are with your role on this team?
I think in the last interview I said I'm getting more and more comfortable every game, and just like today, it's showing out there. I'm just continuing to get more and more comfortable. I'm pretty confident, and my teammates even more confident in me, which gives me the ultimate confidence at the end of the day, just to be myself and play my game.
Najee, they gave you the responsibility to go out there and defend, some really talented guards, perimeter players tonight. I mean, what does that just say that, you're just getting your start with this team and they're asking you to take on that responsibility?
Man, it just really, something about my character, just accepting the challenge no matter where I'm at, and just stepping up. My team needs me. Not need me, but, we have players down, and, I'm the next man up. So just stepping up, taking the challenge, and, just giving my all. Whatever happens, happens. I'm just trying my best to put my team in the best winning position we can.
Do you feel like defending on the perimeter, do you feel like that's somewhere where you could really make an impact with this team?
For sure. I definitely feel like that's one of my strong suits, and, one of the reasons I'm here, and just continue to improve on that and be even better, could help me a lot.
You ended up with a double-double tonight. How much of the rebounding was an emphasis for you as far as what you guys needed?
I think that was a pretty big emphasis, being with Bradley Beal and, Russell Westbrook, Brook Lopez down there. They get a lot of offensive rebound, Haji Moore. So just, coming back after getting stops and being able to push the break, that was a big emphasis. So just coming in and rebounding, and even on the offensive glass trying to run in. So it definitely was a big emphasis for today's game.
All right, thank you, Najee. Appreciate it.
Thank you, man.
Will Guillory, go ahead.
Yeah, what's up, Z? I guess, what did you kind of see on that last play on the Russ foul, and just what did you think of the call?
I don't really know. I haven't even looked at it yet. But the ref made the call. Ain't much I can do about that, to be honest.
And I guess how tough is it to make that play in that moment?
Which play?
The foul on Russ.
How tough is it to make the,
How tough is it just to have that play happen in that moment?
Oh, I mean, for the people that know me, it's very tough because, the last thing I want to do is, fail my teammates. So in the moment, that's what it felt like. Sending him to the free throw line like that, that's what it felt like. It just felt like failure in the moment.
Zion, what were your thoughts on just the shots you guys got in the final 5 minutes of regulation? And what do you think about the offense down the stretch there?
I think some of the shots we got were good. Others could have been better. But I think a little bit we were being a little too unselfish. There were some plays I think that some people could have just taken, myself included. But I think we were just trying to make the right basketball play, and instead of getting a great shot, I think we got a good shot. But yeah, we'll just learn from it. It's all in the game. You learn from games like this, so you can be more prepared the next time.
I know we've talked about Najee after some games lately, but what did you think of just the way he contributed tonight? One thing that Coach talked about was how he was on the floor for a long stretch of the second half just because he was, so valuable and important tonight.
Najee, I mean, you can't give him enough credit for what he does. You know, he played like a lot of minutes, but you know, he took on the responsibility, whether guarding Bill or Westbrook, and you know, guarding those two guys it's not easy. So if somebody ever said that, it's not the case at all, because you know, those two are always on the move with or without the ball. So you know, for Najee to take on that responsibility, be committed like for communication and going above and beyond, fighting over screens. I mean, it just shows the kind of person he is that, you know, he'll do anything he can to help the team win.
Yeah, and Stan mentioned that he feels like you're able to dominate games physically, but he also thinks you're smart enough to manipulate the game mentally when that isn't working. And I guess, you know, what adjustments do you feel like you needed to make it tonight to maybe make a bigger impact?
What adjustments that I needed to make? Yeah, we talked a little bit after the game, and you know, there were, I think, 2 or 3 plays where, because of the situation of the game and how the game was going, maybe I should have did something differently. We definitely talked about that. But in those situations, to be honest, my mindset is trying to help my team win. But you know, tonight they were able to block a few of my shots. I just got to be able to adjust on the fly to that. I can't keep doing the same thing.
From a big picture perspective, does this loss hurt a little bit more, knowing where the Pelicans are in the standings and you guys needing, you know, just a few more games to win than the guys right above you in the standings?
A little bit, because you know it's that time of the season. Everybody's trying to secure a playoff spot, so a little bit. But you know, we can't dwell on this loss. Like I said, we'll go watch film on it, learn from it, and you know, be ready to play the next game.
All right, thank you, Z. Appreciate it.
No problem. You guys have a good night.
Yeah. I guess just how do you feel about the shots y'all were getting on the OT and, you know, how it kind of slipped away from you guys in the
I have to go back and watch the game in overtime. I'm not sure of the shots that we were getting. I know a couple shots they were wide open, so there were 3-pointers attempted wide open. So those shots got to be attempted, of course. I just got to go back and watch it and see where we could have been better in execution.
Brandon, holding on to leads late has been an issue at times this season. And is that something that just wears in you guys as a team after enough of them?
I mean, every game is something different. Tonight, Westbrook hit a few threes at the end of the game. That was our game plan, to let him shoot those threes, and we know he's more of a force going to the basket. So making sure we have bodies around to prevent him going to the basket. But he made some shots at the end of the game. A lot of their stars, Bradley Beal and him, made some shots at the end of the game. They had a few rebounds, and they executed when they needed to.
And Z obviously had a foul in the end. It sounded like he was pretty upset about it. I guess, did you guys say something to him afterwards, or you know, make a point of put an arm around him or something like that in the locker room after a play like that?
Absolutely. I mean, we're all here together. We're all here together. We truly believe in him, and however he feels, we feel the same way. Of course, he thought he made a good defensive play on the ball at the end of the game, but the referee thought different, and we just go to New York and we just try to win there.
And now that you got, my bad, Chris. And now that you guys are, falling a couple games back at that 10 seed, I guess what's it going to take to kind of pick yourselves up and make a run here with 16 games left?
Continue to stay together. Continue to stay together, push forward on the offensive end, have a sense of urgency on the defensive end, and whatever we do, we just got to execute.
All right, thank you, I appreciate it.
Thank you.